Hi there, and welcome back to the Lisa Nichols Show, where I share the tools that you and I both need and want to really live the life that we choose, live the life that we want to talk about, sing about, and share with others about. I'm super excited to be here with you, and I'm even more excited to share the comments. You know how much I love your comments. You cannot comment enough. And I keep combing through them and combing through the comments and loving them and laughing with you and crying with you and celebrating you. And then I pick a couple that I want to share with you. So Cynthia, I so love your comment. You commented on the episode called How to Light Your Internal Flame. And I love your comment. You said, Lisa, thank you so much for letting me know that even the small things we can do will make a difference in the lives of others and in the world. You're so right, Cynthia. Listen, you don't get to 10,000 miles away by leaping 5,000 miles at a time. You get 10,000 miles closer to your goal in your journey by taking one step. And that's the small things. Small things make up big things. In my book, Abundance Now, I talk about the only way, the correct way, the ideal way to get to a macro win is by having a bunch of micro, small wins. And so, my friend, you are absolutely on target when you say that you can make small differences, and small differences make a big difference in the world. And then I love this comment from Anitra. Anitra, you commented on the episode called Why You Own Your Own Light. Why you own your own light. And you said, quote unquote, Lisa, I've spent most of my life giving other people the power, right? How many of us have done that? Raise your hand if you've done that. Raise your hand if you know what Anitra said. And if you can relate to Anitra, I want you to put in the comments line, Anitra-Yana, Y-A-N-A. You are not alone. You said, I spent most of my life giving other people my power. But I love this declaration. As a result of this episode, now I'm responsible for my own power. I'm empowered in my joy, purpose, and energy. I have control of my life and my time. Yes, yes, and can I get a yes? And even can I get an amen? When you get that you are the designer of your destiny, you are the author of your autobiography, all of a sudden you stop giving other people permission to hold the pen in their hand, writing your story. You kindly say, excuse me, my story, my pen, please. And you write your story. And that's when the next chapter of your life becomes the best chapter of your life, because you're writing it the way you want to write it. But it's important to also remember that the last chapter that you wrote, no matter how good, bad, happy, sad, right, or wrong it was written in ink. So don't spend another moment looking at the last chapter, blaming somebody, angry at somebody, because while you're looking at that chapter, this current chapter is living itself out. So Anitra, I celebrate you, my friend. I celebrate you, my sister. Absolutely. Let's go design a breathtaking future together. How do you create a life of prosperity when you haven't seen it before? When no one in your family's seen it before? You know, what I recognize about transforming your life is that there's so much disruption that comes with transformation, which is why most people don't do it. Most people love change, most people talk about change, and many, many people want change. But very few people will seek and do what it takes to actually get change, because change in and of itself is a disruptive process. Because in order to change something, you have to first break everything, dismantle the way it currently is. So when you ask the question, or when you look at the question, how do I create a life of prosperity when I haven't known it, when my family hasn't known it, when it's not what it's not what I was born into? You know, there are many people who were born into prosperity. I wasn't one, and you may or may not be one. But how you transform a life or create a life of prosperity is, number one, you identify what does prosperity look like to you. Define prosperity by your own terms, and don't make it a global, universal answer. You want to define prosperity in each area of your life. What does health prosperity look like for you? For me, health prosperity wasn't necessarily weighing 120 pounds. I don't know when I weighed. I think I was 10 years old when I weighed 110 pounds. I don't ever recall weighing 110 pounds as an adult. So I don't pursue a particular weight on the scale. For me, health prosperity is I want my body to be able to keep up with my life purpose. I want my body to be able to live out the things that I want to do, such as skiing and surfing and bungee jumping and whatever other crazy things I want to do. So that's health prosperity to me. What does relationship prosperity look like to you? What does family relationship prosperity look like? What does friendship relationship prosperity look like? What does romantic relationship look like? I know that sounds like it's really detailed, but you cannot hit a moving target. You won't ever hit a moving target. So the more detail you get, the more the target slows down and you hit it. So first, define what does prosperity look like for you in each area of your life that matters. If that area of your life isn't important, don't define prosperity there, because you don't even have a desire to have prosperity in that area because that's not important to you. So every area in your life that's important, first tell us what the target is. What's the target? And that's prosperity. Now, you have to know that you're going to outgrow that prosperity in 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then you'll set another target in the area of prosperity. The things that I wanted 10 years ago are way too small for me now. The things I wanted 5 years ago, I've totally outgrown. So you're constantly resetting this target. The second thing you want to do is you want to find a buy-win date. We never put a buy-win date. We rarely put a buy-win date on the calendar. And because we don't put a buy-win date on the calendar, we think someday and one day. Well, if you can't circle someday and one day on the calendar, then you can pretty much bet it doesn't exist. How many times were you looking for a goal and you said one day, and that one day is still on its way? Listen, put a date on the calendar. I know the things that I'm doing 18 months from now. I know what I want to have done in Q2 of next year, because I said by June 30th on this date I want to have this done. So what it does is it doesn't require me to do anything now because I'm busy with something else, but I do know that I want that to happen. A buy-win date jumps you into action. The third thing, how do you create prosperity? After you've set the goal clearly, after you put a date on the calendar, grab someone that's going to hold you accountable to the thing that you say you want. Now, there are many other things to do in the middle, but these are some of the anchors that will allow you to really get there. One, you want to make sure you understand what it is. Number two, you want to make sure you understand by when do you want that thing to occur in your life. And oh, by the way, be kind to yourself. Most of the time, the majority of time we set a goal, the place that we fail ourselves every time is that not the goal doesn't fail us, but the unrealistic buy-win date. I've done it 1,000 times. I want to lose 30 pounds. I give myself 30 days. Well, I probably could, but man, I got other life. I haven't given any thought to all the other things happening in my life. So be kind to yourself with your buy-win days, but don't be lackadaisical and don't be ambiguous with someday or one day. Give yourself a date. Then the third thing is get someone that's not afraid of you. Get someone that's playing as big or bigger than you to hold you accountable to not only getting there, not only those goals, but how are you going to get there, and what are the incremental milestones that you're going to show on your way there? So I'm not just focused on the end date. I want to know what are the incremental milestones. What lets me know I'm on the right track? It's like whenever someone's giving me directions, I don't care if I have GPS or not. I go, listen, what should I see? Should I see a Starbucks? Should I see a McDonald's? Should I see a Jumbo Juice? What should I see on my way there? Because I want to know that I'm on the right path. And you want to do that. You want to create milestones to let you know you're on the right path. Accountability communities, buy-win dates, and clarity. Those are the beginning steps of changing and transforming your life into a place of prosperity. But if that's step number one, if that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, then please know that 0 is mining your mindset. Because first you have to actually believe that you can have it. That will take some work at times. What you believed you can have 5 years ago, been there, done that. What you should be believing you can have 10 years from now, you might require a little work, a little stretching. So step 0 is mindset, always mindset. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are the action steps that I told you. Remember, this show is not a monologue. No, 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 no. This show is a dialogue. This is a conversation between you and I. This is a conversation between you and this beautiful tribe of like-minded gladiators in this community. I would love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? What's one of your takeaways from today? If you're on your way to prosperity, what's one thing I said today you were like, oh yeah, okay, let me make sure I do that. What was a great reminder, or what's been a missing? I want to know, what have you not been doing to go, that's why it's taken longer than I wanted to take? Or what's a BOL, breakthrough out loud? I got it. Or what's something that just confirmed you were on the right path? What have you already been doing and something I said in this episode made you go, oh yeah, I've been doing that. I'm on the right path. Leave me a comment below. All right. Be sure, if you haven't already done so, subscribe. I'd love to have you in the family. If this fits, then you are family. We are family. Come on, y'all. You know that. And then I want you to look out for more amazing content in the future. And when I say amazing content, that's not just coming from me. That's the content in the comments below too. If you haven't read them yet, read them. This is your home, and we are your tribe. And I will always say, I am your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And when I say I believe in you and I love you, it's simple. It's because I do. I'll see you soon.